Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel are free and easy for you, and they help me out a lot. If you want to go further with your support, Patreon and YouTube membership offer access to the BoshNRoll Discord community, early access to lists, written content, things like that. You can have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use YouTube membership, you also get sweet badges and emotes integrated here into YouTube. You can support the channel while you shop at tcgplayer.com by using my affiliate link in the video description, and you can play any deck anytime by using a cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. If you want to wear your support, check out the merch store. And of course, thanks for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to another BoshNRoll video. Today I am playing Pauper, and at the request of subscriber Gianni, I am revisiting his Forest Darkheart combo. The core thesis of this deck, the reason for trying to put these cards together, is the endgame situation of Darkheart of the Wood, which lets you sacrifice a forest to gain 3 life. This is unbound. As many forests as you have, you can sack them to gain 3 life. And Marauding Blight Priest, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. There are 23 forests in this deck, and lots of ways to go get them and put them into play. It is theoretically possible to kill an opponent from 20 all at once in the late game. Having 20 forests in play and having both your spells resolve is a big ask, though. So this deck is built to survive that long. Lots of removal, ways to gain life and buy time, ways to recur your big spells to help rebuy your combo pieces or just go to the face, because we're also a pretty big ramp deck. Rolling Thunder is big. Ardent Elementalist can recur the Rolling Thunder. You can Death Denied Ardent Elementalist, which then picks up the Death Denied, so you have kind of an unlimited run of creatures. There's a ramp strategy here inside of a combo shell, or a combo shell inside of a ramp strategy, depending on how you want to look at it. Like I said, 20 forests, even with all the help, is a lot, but you could have 2 Blight Priests in play. Then you only need 10 forests. Blight Priest also triggers off of any way that you gain life. Jotty Offshoot. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. With Blight Priest, all of your lands ping your opponent. That's incidental damage as you're doing what you want to do anyway. Skyshroud Claim comes with a shock attached. Or it's almost Lightning Helix. You gain 2, they lose 2. Skola Grove Dancer. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 1 life. Darkheart of the Wood. You sack the forest to gain 3 life. A forest died, you gain 1 life. Marauding Blight Priest triggers twice off of that. That speeds up the combo. Grapple with the Past. Mill 3, return a creature or land from your graveyard to your hand. Skola Grove Dancer. Land from anywhere, including the top of your deck. So you mill 3, you hit a land, you gain 1 life, you deal 1 to them, and return maybe another Blight Priest to your hand. Maybe Ardent Elementalist, and do it again. The Gingerbread Cabins. When these enter the battlefield, if you have 3 other forests, you get a food token. Foods are sacked to gain 3 life. Guess what? Triggering Blight Priest. This is basically a Jund ramp control deck, where we are trying to get incidental pings off of Blight Priest along the way as we control the board and draw cards and ramp. And Darkheart is just always looming to threaten a win out of nowhere. I played this deck, like I said, once before on the channel. The last build was really ramp focused. Like, I had the 4 3 visits, 4 Skyshroud Claim, and a Ranger's Path. I think that's what that card is called. It's like a bad version of Skyshroud Claim. But that was way too much ramp. The deck ran out of air. I literally ran out of forests more than once. I had like Skyshroud Claim in my hand with no forest left in the deck. It just ramped too hard without being a functional Magic deck in the middle. But the core engine was actually pretty impressive. Johnny asked me to revisit this deck with the changes I made at the end of the last league, where significantly lighter on the ramp. 3 visits is still the best ramp spell. It's more important to ramp early than it is to go big. And you could even 3 visits into Skyshroud Claim. Like turn 3 Skyshroud Claim, untapping into 7 mana on turn 4 is pretty big. But there's few enough of these effects that you're not going to draw them when you're done with them. The deck gains a lot of life incidentally, so I just jammed 4 Night's Whisper in here. Let's keep the cards coming. you can Whisper into Ardent Elementalist and pick up Whisper and Whisper some more, load up your combo pieces. Grapple with the Past is a really cool card selection tool. And these 2 X spells that I hope to get looping with Ardent Elementalists and just really close out games that way. There's a lot an opponent has to respect here, and the control package is pretty good. And one of the things that I found playing the last league is that all of this incidental life gain is actually huge in the Pauper format. Decks like Burn are literally built to deal exactly 20 damage to you, so if you gain 4 or 5 life over the course of a game, maybe they run out of gas and they can never get you. Decks like Fairies, those decks are not built to deal 40, 60 damage, which this deck can gain 20 to 40 life over the course of a game, especially if you resolve a Dark Heart. You can actually deck Fairies before they can do enough damage to beat you, especially if they become the Monarch and they're drawing 2 cards a turn. It's a very real strategy, which I was surprised that emerged last league that I played. I think tightening this up, doing less of the ramp, because you don't need that much, having more functional Magic cards, will really tighten this deck up. I'm excited to play this. This is Johnny's Dark Heart combo version 2. Let's go. I am on the play in round 1. I have a turn 2 Night's Whisper that can get me up into Skyshroud Claim. I like this hand. Gingerbread Cabin. It's a little early. I don't want to see that quite yet. Hope to find one more forest, but I get to draw a lot of cards before that becomes an issue. Volatile Fjord. Looks like we're playing against some Is It Fairies. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't need to Night's Whisper on turn 2. Yeah, this playing the Highland Forest, that sets me up for Gingerbread Cabin to come into play untapped, and yeah, this looks like somewhere I want to be. Lock in my 4th mana rather than trying to draw cards to find it when I already have it. They can counterspell or lightning bolt this Light Priest, but I just drew another one. I gotta start testing these answers somewhere. Let's go. Yep, sure. The Death Denied is what I'm mostly playing to here. Just take these 1-for-1s and then have this giant X for 1 later. And the fact that they counterspelled that makes me think they don't have a Lightning Bolt or Scred, because it would have been so easy to just kill it. They did not shuffle the Ponder. And we've got a Fairy Seer. All right, looks like Skyshroud Claim is going to resolve here. They bottomed both cards off of Fairy Seer. There's Gingerbread Cabin. Unfortunately, I don't have any black sources that come into play untapped. They just don't exist in the format. There is no Bayou or Overgrown Tomb to play. I'm just going to get my claim in now, because Skyshroud Claim mana or lands do enter untapped. I'm going to get 2 cabins here. Or I could get a cabin and a chasm. Yeah, double spelling black spells and having 2 black for Death Denied are both relevant in my game plan, so I'm going to get one of the dual lands. I have another claim that can grab 2 cabins at some point. If they ninja me this turn, then they will be tapped too low for counterspell on their turn. Do not shuffle Ponder again. I mean, getting ninja sucks, but it's not the worst. All right, no ninja. This reads like a Spell Stutter sprite to me. I can 1, 2, 3, 4. I could Skyshroud Claim and then cast Blight Priest. With the mana, I could Blight Priest first. Yeah, I would have to Skyshroud Claim first. All right, so I'm going to do that. Let's start there. If they counter this, then I can sneak in Night's Whisper. If they don't counter this, I can jam Blight Priest. Let me get my other cabins. There they are. I'm a hungry lad. I can grapple with the past. I still have my actual land drop to make, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just untapped and played Skyshroud Claim. So if grapple... Yeah, I'm going to grapple. If they spell stutter it, then I can Night's Whisper. Ooh, Jotty Offshoot's pretty sweet. But I made that play for the land, and I am going to take it. There's the land. Here's the Blight Priest. This is turn 5, by the way. Look at all these permanents that I have. I have the City's Blessing easily on turn 5 in a Pauper match. They can't spell stutter this. If they spend another actual counterspell on it, that's 1 less for Death Denied. There's lots of burn in their deck, though, that this fragile little creature can absorb. Oh, look, Spellstutter Sprite. I am surprised. Shocked. And in they come. Ninja picking up Spellstutter would actually be pretty rough here. Yeah, it looks like they have it. Oh, they picked up Fairy Seer, though. Interesting. Not mad about that. That seems like a kind of short game decision. But, alright. If they have a second Spellstutter, I guess it doesn't really matter. I know 2 of the cards in their hand are... Oh, thunder. 2 of the cards in their hand are Snow-Covered Island and Fairy Seer, and they just left 2 mana up. Unfortunately, maybe I should have got a 3rd black. Alright, let's Whisper into the night. Bummer. Yeah, maybe I went for the cabins too early and should have got my colors set up. Like, if this resolved and then I just Rolling Thunder their whole board, this game is over, but instead I'm just over here with my shields down. Yeah, I went for Gingerbread Cabins too early. Just a play pattern mistake. Getting used to this deck. I think if I had just gotten mono dual lands, then this game would already be over. Ooh. Another ninja picking up another Spellstutter. That's good shit for them. Bad shit for me. I'm not going to start eating the foods. I'm still going to hold out a little bit of hope that they could be a combo engine. Ardent Elementalist, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of a card worth countering. It blocks Ninja, so that's something. My opponent has Chain Lightning in their deck, which means that they're maxed out on Lightning Bolt already, which is unusual. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If their hand is 2 Lightning Bolts, they get me. I can buy back 3 things. 1, 2, 3. If they have actual counterspell, I am wrecked. No way to Spellstutter this. It's a 5-drop on the stack. Oh wait, they can't counterspell this because they have a mountain. If they have a main deck Dispel, that could get me. Alright, we're loaded back up here. Way behind on board. They're about to untap with all their fire and counters. I know there's a Spellstutter in their hand with 3 fairies in play, so one of these Blight Priests is in trouble. Yeah, imagine this same game if I had fetched the dual lands, swept their board, and now I have Ardent Elemental as Death Denied looping. And I'm not under the gun from this 6 damage and 2 extra cards per turn. That's why you play test your matchups, folks. Fairy Seer, another one. That gets Spellstutter up to 5, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. They bottom both the cards off Fairy Seer, 3 cards in their hand, one of them Spellstutter. Another Forest. Okay, Blight Priest number 1, go. How many of these do we want to fight over? Blight Priest number 2, go. I can gain 6 life and ping them for 2 if they don't interact with this. And I'm not going to jam the Elementalist straight into their Spellstutter. Alright, now I'm going to eat food. And I'm going to eat a food again. Bang, 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 bang. You can see how this engine works now. I mean, I'm sure you saw it anyway, because you're all smart viewers. But with a slightly more stable board, that would have been devastating. Now it's just like, whatever. I think I have to trade my Blight Priest for Ninja if it attacks. Oh, didn't get the choice. Oh, multiple Chain Lightnings in this list. This is a really burn-heavy list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 4. I can go to 10 on board. There is no untapped red source, which I remember being a problem last time, but I want all the lands in the deck to be forest. Like, there's not even a rip that gets me Rolling Thunder this turn. Drawing the main deck Suffocating Fumes would be huge here. If I could put Elementalists on the stack, they Spellstutter it, then I Fumes their squad into the dust. Oh. Or they just found 2 Lightning Bolts. Alright, yeah, sure. That was always live. Okay, I messed up the play pattern a little bit here, but lesson learned. It's game 1, round 1. Time to tighten up. Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Fiery Cannonade all coming in. Where am I going to find 5 cuts? Because this deck is much tighter than it was. Last time I played the deck, I was doing a lot of boarding out extra Skyshroud Claims and Ranger's Paths, but those cards aren't even in the deck anymore. I still think Skyshroud Claim is on the clunky side. 3 visits is good, though. Cast down. Is cast down how I want to be interacting with things? No, I think Pyroblast is just a straight up upgrade to cast down, and then I have the sweepers. I want the card advantage. I want the card selection. I should expect them to bring in Graveyard Hate. They did get got pretty hard by that Death Denied, and they saw Ardent Elementalist. Do I bring in Counter Hate for that, or just let it ride? We can actually cut another Sky Shroud Claim and just play Small Ball. I think I'd rather have another removal spell than another ramp spell in the deck here. Yeah, I like this. Let's do it. Ooh, can't keep a 1-lander. I'm gonna mulligan this one. Here we go. I'll keep this and send, I think, Grapple to the bottom. Oh shit. Never mind, I have to keep Grapple. I thought this was the black land in my head. Okay, I'm gonna send Blight Priest. I'll find that when I need it, but I need to draw cards first. Get my Pyroblast online here. Delver, wow. Throwback mode. I guess that makes sense with the Chain Lightnings if you're coming in that hot. I could grapple now. I think I want a Pyroblast now, though. Just take the pressure off, make sure I don't get ninja'd. Tap land, Delver. Alright, come on, untapped forest, or I'll take any forest, actually. Didn't really want that one, but it still is a land drop. I'm gonna red blast the Delver again. Play another cabin. Sucks to lose that value, but great to hit my land drop. The efficient sideboard spells, taking the Delver heat off me. Big fan. They're passing the turn. I would love to find a black land. I can play around Spell Pierce, but that's not really a card they play. Alright, grapple. Find me the black duel. Okay, just got a forest. Now I'm in trouble. I really thought this was the Bayou in my opening hand when I kept it. Guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Opponent pondered, shuffled, and passed. They're still holding up Counterspell. They're still not pressuring the board, all of which is exciting for me. It means that their hand's full of counterspells, but it means I'm not dying. Oh, Delver again. Evolving Wilds, okie dokie. Black Source. This is so many forests. Delver did not flip. They used their fetch land to get rid of the card they didn't want to draw with Delver. A very legacy move. A lot of the time you can't afford to do that in Pauper, but it's the mid game already, and they have so much mana that it's all good. Now I can get ninja'd, yeah. No surprise there. Have you been sandbagging a spell stutter? Because my boy is here. I gain a life immediately. Okay. Offshoot, it can at least tentatively stabilize against Ninja. Lose it to any lightning bolt, and it's a good exchange, so they should take it. Bang. Yeah, we're behind now. This one is, unless I draw a Pyroblast, the third Pyroblast in the deck, or I guess a Cannonade. Unless I draw an answer to Ninja like this turn and it resolves, then it's already over. Fairy Seer. Now Spell Stutter can get my Night's Whispers, even if I draw a black source to start casting them. Delver's back. Okay, I found the black land. I'll give myself hope. I'm miles behind against an active ninja at the deep hours, but I will pretend to have hope here. If I can bait them somehow, like if I draw, I need the sweeper. That's what needs to happen. I need to resolve a fiery cannonade. Ardent Elementalist is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can counterspell and spell stutter. That sucks. I'll start with Elementalist. That one can't be spell stuttered, and I can at least flush out actual counterspell. Ooh, resolved. I can get Pyroblast here. Is that even helpful? I'm not mad about it. And Night's Whisper. I don't have 2 black to double spell next turn, so I'll just give them the spell stutter now. So they don't have counterspell or don't care about Ardent Elementalist, one or the other. Skirted that guy. There's counterspell. Thanks, Delver. Thanks for letting me know what I'm up against here. 7 damage coming in puts me to 6, which is double bolt range, and they've shown me their deck has a lot of bolts in it. Picked up Spell Stutter with Moon Circuit Hacker. This build is really cool. It's just a really aggressively slanted Izzet deck. I frequently say that the Izzet shells in Pauper are control decks. They're not Delver decks, but this one is actually built like a Delver deck, and I'm into it. Okay, they have Spell Stutter and Counterspell in hand, and I'm dead on board. Yeah, game 1, I needed to fetch my dual lands, prioritize my dual lands. There was a one-turn window where if I had double red, I think the game would have just ended. And this game, obviously there was some confusion about my opening hand. A really important thing to think about is that your ramp is also your fixing. Maybe I was wrong to board out 2 Skyshroud claims because, like, while I don't actually need the ramp, like, look at this, I have 8 lands in play without ramping at all this game, but that's also my fixing, and I died with a handful of non-green cards. That's an important note. On to the next round. On the play in round 2, I actually think this hand is fine. I'm going to keep it. It's got a black source, it's got 2 lands, it's got a bunch of stuff to do with the 2 lands. I would love to draw an untapped forest for turn 2 so I can get 3 visits down, but if I don't, it's not the end of the end of the world. I have turn 2 Jotty Offshoot, though. Against a mountain strategy. Okay, oh, even better. Pauper 1-drops face off. I'm sure my opponent is hype right now, seeing this card in my deck at all. Next turn, I can 3 visits to get a red source, and then play untapped Gingerbread Cabin. Gingerbread Cabin. Yeah, just... Alright, I'm gonna block. Alright, you got me. Bricked. Nice, alright. 3 visits, get a red source. Then I can play the cabin, untapped, get a food, and gain life. It's my opponent's 1-lander with burn. This might not actually be burn. I'm not sure that Experimental Synthesizer is in traditional burn decks. But either way, I'm pretty glad to be at higher than my starting life total against an opponent who led on a 1-drop that dealt damage to me. If I Skyshroud Claim next turn, I would have to draw a land in order to still grapple, so I guess it depends on what land I draw. I want to get the second red source. I'm going to learn from my mistakes last time. I could just get 2 cabins, which make 2 foods, and then I also get to cast grapple that turn. But I don't think speed and mana efficiency is really where I need to be here. I need to make sure that I can capitalize on the fact that I'm so stable early on. Another Epicure. Okay. Soon they will push for damage. Okay, now I can just get 2 cabins and do everything I want because I found the second red source anyway. Let's claim some Skyshroud. Cabin. Bang! Oh, this is so satisfying when the deck is working. And in the matchup where I want it to work most. I'll hold up the grapple. I could also eat a food, though I don't think my opponent's going to deal 24 damage to me this turn. Another one? Okay. 3 of a kind. They exiled Goblin Bushwhacker to their synthesizer. So this is a whacker deck of some kind. And I'm going to grapple in the end step. Most of the deck is lands and creatures, but I managed to miss on all of them. Well played, me. Okay, here's Blight Priest. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can play Blight Priest and Skyshroud Claim. Get the last cabin. And another black source or another red source? I think I want another black. Okay, so I gain life, you lose life. The plan has emerged, it's revealed itself, and now I have an actual creature that can challenge these Epicures. They're not just going to be poking for 2 around my offshoot unless they spend a lightning bolt here. Chromatic Star, ain't it? They basically don't have attacks here. Or I guess this does something when it dies. Or no, it's when it enters. Alright. Never mind. Okay, they are willing to spend a actual creature here to push 1 damage and then never attack again. Deal. Cast down. Okay, Ardent Elementalist. I'm casting this. I think I want Grapple. Yeah, I'm going to get that back. And then my Blight Priest, like I can start pushing damage with Blight Priest. I have a removal spell in hand. I can trade Elementalist for Epicure and then grapple back the Elementalist and get the engine online. Oh yeah. 4 of a kind. It's a lot of blood tokens. If they ever have any mana to do anything, that could be a problem. Okay, block. And then I can grapple up my homie. Do I want Skola or, I want Elementalist. This loop is too good. And I'll cast down an Epicure. I don't think they're going to have a bigger creature I need to respect. To attack for 3. And I'm going to Elementalist back Night's Whisper this time. There's 2 grapples there, Skyshroud Claim, but I want cards. Always want cards. I have enough life to mess around here. Okay, play this land, which triggers all my things. Like claim, get the last dual lands out of my deck. Okay, opponent's at 9. We've finally done the control the board thing. It only took an opponent missing their second land drop until turn 7. And forest, drain you, ping you one more time. Then I can attack with my creatures. I don't mind Elementalist dying here if it pushes damage on the Blight Priest. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're at 5. They are 1 damage away from dead on board. I can sack these 3 foods, gain life 4 times, or set 4 foods, gain life 4 times. They're at 1 functionally. Burning Tree, okay. I can see why they may have kept this 1 lander. Let's see how hard they unload here. Another one, all right. I get it. I see what you were doing. They can filter that into Whacker mana, the Chromatic Star. If they stabilize this board, though, okay, now they lose. All right. Yeah, I have the land drop for the 5th source of life gain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just you're dead to a land drop, and it's in my hand already. Bang. Oh, I had the Dark Heart too in case I needed to go bigger, but I'm gonna hide that. 37 life remaining. Just burn you out from 5. This Blight Priest did a lot. You'll have to review the video to figure out exactly how much, but I feel like it did 10 damage that game, maybe more. Fire Cannonades come in here. I don't think this is an Edict matchup. Jotty Offshoot earning its pay. I think based on the lessons learned from last round where I cut Skyshroud Claim and ended up not being able to cast any spells, I want to cut Grapples here. Because I am increasing the spell density of my deck, and Grapple... Yeah, I think between Grapple and Night's Whisper, I'd rather have raw card advantage than some card selection. Fangren Marauder might be something I want here, though. They had a bunch of blood tokens and chromatic stars. This giant body, if it does anything, if it gains life even once, it'll be huge. I am going to make room for those. Maybe 1 claim can go. Sorry, claim. You know I love you. Okay. Just ran out of room. I have the offshoot again. I am missing a black source, but I have offshoot and Skola. I'm going to keep this. Have some faith in the deck to deliver. I have the most important card already. And I am going to lead on the Highland Forest. I know that throws off my curve for Skola, but I don't really need to curve Skola. And I guess if they Burning Tree, and whack this turn, then I'm going to wish I had offshoot in play. Yeah, maybe I should have given that some respect. Just playing like they have nothing. Woo. I will take 7 damage for my sins. Okay, yeah. They get in for... Oh, it's 8. 3, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 damage for my sins here. Nice. All right, even found the black source. Well, my curve worked out perfectly. Just see if we can Jotty offshoot our way back into this game. Synthesizer. Exiled Mogwar Marshal. Tilt. All right, yeah, Lightning Bolt was really good there. I take 5 right now, and I can Scola and Cabin next turn. I think I'd rather cast down this turn. And then I can Scola plus Cabin plus Eat the Food next turn. Defeat one of the 2/2 creatures. I go to 5. That is dead to Double Bolt. If they have Goblin Grenade, I'm dead to that too. Ichor Wellspring. Alright, cool. Deal. Gingerbread Cabin, make a food, Scola, Grove Dancer, make a 2/2. Here we are. Tentatively stable against this nut start on the draw. Another whacker. Okay, so now I block Burning Tree. I block Burning Tree. I'm gonna eat the food, just make sure that my mana is spent in a way that keeps me alive. Uh-oh. I have to Whisper up to 2. Here we go. Another Cabin. I could Scola and die to Lightning Bolt. I could Cabin, I still die to Lightning Bolt. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna Scola and Forest and just hope I'm at 1 when my turn comes back around. Though I have no faith in that happening. Block one of them. Go to 1. Maybe they'll play Mogwar Marshal. Epicure. Yeah, Epicure for GG. You got it. Okay, so if I had played the Jotty Offshoot on turn 1, that would have absorbed 2 damage, and I would have been at 3 or at 2 now instead of 0. I don't know. I feel like that game was played reasonably well, and they had the full nutter start. It's fine. It's fine. Now we're on the play. I'm going back in with the same deck. I'm not going to keep this one lander, even if it does have offshoot. That's not good enough on its own. I do need to execute a game plan. I continue drawing Jotty Offshoot in hands. Death Denied is a later game play here. I'm going to play my Highland Forest and pass. I don't think they have any 1-mana haste creatures. Then Offshoot, land. Need to find my 4th land so I can get the Sky Shroud claim off the ground, then I'm in business. Dark Heart is here. First appearance of that one. Bushwhacker. Yeah, just shoving 2 damage in. Fair enough. Gotta get it where you can. Yep, easy block there. Oh my god. It's gonna kill me, but I think I have to cycle that. I think hitting my 4th land drop's more important than maybe casting the spell someday. Oh, I think I should have cycled it main phase if I was going to do that, because if I draw a tap land, then I still can't Sky Shroud claim. Disappointing. Kuldotha Rebirth. Alright. Bunch of idiots in play. Wow, this Fumes is painful. I'll cycle it now. Come on, deck. Uh-oh. Block one of these 1/1s. Take your pick. Come on, untapped land. Untapped land. Shit. I'm going to get a black source and hope I'm alive next turn. That was awkward. Untapped land lets me Sky Shroud claim, get 2 cabins, then 3 visits with the cabins to get the black source, but gain 3 life along the way. But that is not what happened. Relic, okay. Don't believe I care about that. Another Rebirth. Oh god, do you have another whacker too? Ugh! Yeah, not having black mana, having to cycle Suffocating Fumes instead of play it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I'm still alive. The Pirate Clasm can stabilize here. Still dead to Lightning Bolt, but at least I got that going. I can Dark Heart if I need to just be alive. Night's Whisper, you dirty tease. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures coming in. If I Sky Shroud claim for 2 cabins, that's 2 5 life, and I'm exactly dead. I think our ship has sailed here, folks. I could Night's Whisper into exactly Untapped Forest Pirate Clasm. I think if I start sacking lands, I lose. Like, I'm just not coming back from that. Alright. Play to your outs. No, those weren't it. Alright. Bummer. mana trouble continues, like colored mana trouble continues to be the problem here. If I had a black source to go with that Suffocating Fumes, this game is a laugher in my favor, but instead I am dead. Gonna have to figure that one out as I rebuild the deck in my brain. On to the next round. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the play in round 3 with the opposite of what we've been doing lately. Can I keep a 6-lander with grapple in the past? Probably not, but it has all my colors. I'm gonna mulligan this. Okay, rewarded. This hand is much better. I'll keep this, and I'm gonna put Cabin on the bottom. I know it's my 4th land for Sky Shroud Claim, but lands are the most replaceable effect in the deck. And I can grapple to try to hit the 4th land drop if I don't find one before then. A very honest cycle of Ash Barrens there, just not even representing anything. Just like, fuck it. Don't think about Spell Pierce. Don't think about anything. Just, here's my swamp. I respect it. I like it. There's not a whole lot of cards actually played in the format that I'd be worried about there. Like, Dispel is in some main decks, but whatever. Alright, now you're actually, like, letting down the shields on Spellstutter Sprite. But whatever. I'm gonna tech for... God damn it. I was thinking about how to sequence this turn and just played the old post land drop Jotty offshoot. I was gonna cast Blight Priest before I realized that this is not a black source. I'm just over here talking about my opponent giving up information, and I'm giving up actual game advantage. Hope I don't lose at exactly 1 life. Let's grapple in the end step. Found a forest. Happy to see that. And that triggered the Skola. This triggers the offshoot. Sky Shroud Claim. I'm going to get... Do I want double black or black red? Probably double black. There's only 1 double red card in the deck, but I'm already holding a black card, and there are lots of black spells. Like Night's Whisper plus Blight Priest is good. My opponent is getting closer and closer to comboing off, though. This is Azorius Familiars with maybe some black Esper Familiars. I don't know, but I fully expect this to be a Ghostly Flicker combo deck. Alright, Night's Whisper, baby. That's the card I fetched 2 cards for, or 2 black sources. Night's Whisper, Ardent Elementalist, Marauding Blight Priest, 1, 2, 3. Play my land, ping you, and I can grapple to ping again if I want to. Alright, I'm just gonna hold up mana. I can grapple at instant speed, there's no attack to be had here. Hope I'm not dead. It's very close. Snapping that homie. I'll grapple in response. Look for that extra point. Bring... Do I want Highland Forest? Yeah, I'll want it eventually. Oh, 2 lands went to the graveyard. I didn't realize it worked like that. Whenever a land is... Okay, yeah. This card, I guess, is old enough that it remembers when cards were templated that way. Yeah, it is a land. I read it as whenever 1 or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere, but yeah, grapple can actually be shock or lightning helix sometimes. Journey to Nowhere, taking out my Blight Priest. That's pretty good. My stable board, no longer such. Chainer's Edict, getting rid of my offshoot. Okay. Sky Fisher. Alright, yeah, we're falling behind here. I need some of my big spells. Gingerbread Cabin. Alright, Elementalist is gonna pick up Night's Whisper. I think that's better than Cast Down here. Get this raw card advantage pumping. And replay my Skola. Drawing 2 forests there, not what I wanted, obviously, but it's what I got, and I would have had to draw through them anyway. Last Breath. A lot of exile-based removal in this deck. I don't like it. I hope I didn't just walk into a Suffocating Fumes. God, I'm so fucking smart. Alright. At least I got that card out of their hand. They would have cycled it into a card if they didn't have to spend it there. Gotta cling to my hopes. Okay, I can 3 visits, another cabin, and play Forest, Highland Forest. Omen of the Sea is back. We knew about that one. Skyfisher with Omen of the Sea is nice. Sky Shroud Claim. Okay. This is what I was talking about, where eventually you have too many forests. I'm going to take my own advice and keep getting the dual lands here. I'm going to need some significant catching up at some point, and I expect that they have Counterspell available now. They've seen enough cards. This deck has to play Counterspells, just the way that it is constructed looks like a deck that's built to get ahead and then stay there. I'm going to need to multi-spell if I'm ever going to get out of this. This is not Azorius Fams, by the way. I was wrong in my initial assessment of the matchup. This is some sort of Esper control deck, Esper bounce. Oof. They're doing it. Now they're pushing for very real amounts of damage. Need a good spell. Olskola? Can I have this? Do I care about this? I'm going to sandbag this other forest. There's Jotty Offshoots in my deck. Reasons to hold it back. Ball Drifter, okay. I'm going to have to combo kill this opponent. Not getting through the board at this point. But because their removal is all exile based, alright, I'll fall for this again. They only have 2 mana up this time. What is it, Echoing Decay? That would have killed my creature anyway. Yeah. I'm not going to back off a chump attack. It's not who I am as a person. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, they're not currently holding up a counterspell. They could have Prohibit or some other counterspell, but they don't have actual blue up right now. Now I'll play this forest. I can sack a forest to gain 4 life, thanks to Skola. And they're actually a Blight Priest away from dead right now. Dawnbringer Cleric. Destroy target enchantment, are you shitting me? This is bullshit. You just have this utility card in your main deck. Ugh. Okay, I better gain some life on the way through. I could just gain like a zillion life. Should I just go all the way in? Oh, well, I clicked through it anyway. All right, whatever. I was thinking about, like, if I just gain literally 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 4, 48 life, can they kill me before they get decked? All right, this time I'm not going to block the Oracle. Muldrifter on the Evoke. They're either holding up Counterspell or have a Flicker. This Ephemerate's also legal in this format. Yeah. Omen of the Dead. Alright, yeah, that's a good reason to evoke a Muldrifter. Whatever else is going on, our opponent's deck is mega sweet. Okay, this game is lost. We'll go to the next one. Okay, Cannonade, not that good. Fume's not that good. All their creatures are thicker than that. I do like Pyroblast. Don't think I need Fangren Marauder. Nile Spellbomb could be nice. We've seen Omen of the Dead. I expect there's some sort of Mnemonic Wall, Ghostly Flicker package in their top end somewhere. Or Archaeomancer, like whatever their rebuy spell is. I know I've talked about leaving the Sky Shroud Claims in, but that is just such an easy card to reach for. Oh, Jotty Offshoot doesn't really matter much to this matchup. The incidental triggering is nice, but I think, yeah, it doesn't have reach. If it had reach, I'd think about it, but nah. All right, Jotty Offshoot's out. This hand has black, but not red. I'm going to keep it. I have the Blight Priest. That's my actual win condition. I'm not going to just jam Darkheart. I'll just keep getting my tap lands into play tapped while I can. This can tap for blue or white. Blue or black. All right. They're also getting their tap lands in where they can. Ooh, do I want to draw 2? Or play the creature? I think I want the creature in play. Journey to Nowhere. You got me. And then I can Night's Whisper. And I can resolve Darkheart, but I think sandbagging Darkheart's way more important. Just knowing that they have enchantment removal incidentally in the deck is harsh. Omen of the Sea. And Core Skyfisher picking up the Omen. So it begins. I can play a forest, 3 visits out a cabin, and then cast Elementalist. Or I can use 3 visits to get my second red. I don't think I'm there yet. I'm gonna get a cabin. I'm gonna Elementalist to get back Night's Whisper. Gotta try to keep up on cards with this opponent. Done pretty well so far, but their engine is starting to get online. I need to know where another one. Yeah, there's really no enchantment removal in this 75. I haven't seen a whole lot of instant speed interaction from this opponent yet, which makes me think that maybe the game plan is to build up lots of stuff to do all at once. I can Whisper or Grapple here. Grapple sees more cards to get a land, but Whisper actually produces more cards. All right, we got there. And found my fun of one of Jotty Offshoot. Let's insulate where we can insulate. And I have Pyroblast, so I can counter a Muldrifter or something. Cast down. Okay, that was pretty aggressive. I like it. I'll take it, yeah. Do I want to counter the front half of Muldrifter or save this for the back half? I'll just go after it. I've done a good job drawing cards this game. Don't want to give up that advantage just yet by letting them get away with extra card draw. I think it's time to grapple with my past. I'd like to find a Blight Priest. So I'll take this offshoot for now. And then grapple again. Skola. Yeah, I'd rather have Skola. Okay, then we get offshoot, Skola, land for turn. Starting to rebuild my board. The Death Denied is the big hammer here. Yeah, there's Omen. Okay. See if they have the Ephemerate or if they're just upfronting the Muldrifter. Okay. Disappointing, but unsurprising. I did bring in my graveyard. I just haven't seen it yet. Creatures in my graveyard are currently none. I could start shredding with Skola. I think I want to sit on my cast down. Or, yeah, like if they are an Ephemerate deck, I want to be able to respond to that. Cycling Ash Barrens. This is going to pick up Omen of the Sea, which I cannot interact with. Omen of the Sea, okay. I'm going to take my 4 here. I'm going to dump all my mana that I can into milling with Skola. 2 and a colorless, mill a card. Alright, is text on this thing? Snapping it. Alright, in response. Mill. Mill to Sky Shroud Claim. 2-3 mill. Mill to Gingerbread Cabin. I gain a life. And 1, 2, 3 mill. Another land. Okay. I got 2 life out of that. I was really trying to mill creatures because I have the Death Denied. But cannot be rewarded. Another Skyfisher. Ooh. I think if I had waited on this Blight Priest until like now, this game would be a lot more winnable. Right, I'm going to kill the Muldrifter right now while I can. And I'll stick a Darkheart because I have 2. I can let them invest in removing one of them. Oracle. Lone Missionary, gaining 4 life, sure. You can attack for 6 here, put me to 3. I haven't seen a Lightning Bolt. I'm going to Skola again. Still trying to hit Light Priest. Milled Cast down, sure. Cabin is exciting. That's good for another 4 life. Or more, if I decide to. Darkheart. I'm going to get the other Darkheart in. I think I'm going to need all my mana on the turn that I find the Blight Priest. If I even find a Blight Priest. Of course, if they can Ephemerate a Dawnbringer Cleric, it doesn't matter. Muldrifter, got nothing to say about that. Alright, I'm going to gain 3 life off of a food and then activate Skola twice. Ooh, yikes. Gain 3 life. Attacking with all the creatures kind of sucks. Because that turns on the... Actually, it's fine. Alright. I'm gonna go to blocks. Block, block. I'm gonna make you show me the Suffocating Fumes, which taps you out going into my combo turn. At least my hopefully combo turn. Presumably, maybe, in my dreams. Alright, didn't hit. Come on, Blight Priest. Pyroblast is not bad. I'm not ready to combo yet. Guess I gotta pass the turn again, though. They did have the fumes, but decided it's not important. I would agree with that assessment. Cast down. All right, in response, activate this a few times. 1, 2. All right, found a Blight Priest. That's good. Dark Heart. Gain 4. Okay, so to win next turn, I need to Death Denied for 2. Or Death Denied for 1. Oh, black, black, black. I don't have 3 black. Ugh. This is gonna hurt no matter how I do it. Maybe I needed to Death Denied and just hope they don't have a counterspell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, Dark Heart needs to gain some more. I'm at 12. Alright, that's dead now. No! Bajuka Pog! Alright, fine. I'm dead. I tried so hard to set that up for so long, and there might have been a way to wiggle through that, but nuking my graveyard with the Death Denied Pyroblast backup in my hand. I tried. Cool deck. That seems like it would be a really tough matchup all the time. The exile-based removal is just crushing. Like, if this Blight Priest was in my graveyard instead of in exile, then this Death Denied would have had it in play 100 turns ago, and ooh, tough round. On to the next one. I am on the play in round 4. Seeking Redemption. I'm going to keep my hand. Scott Jotty Offshoot. That card is correct. But in all seriousness, I have 4 mana. Sky Shroud Claim can get my black sources. Dark Heart. This hand does stuff. We've been running into consistently so far this league the inability to close. And you all may be asking, where is your Epicure of Blood? Because that is another copy of Marauding Blight Priest. It's a 5 mana 4/4 version that has the same text with the when you gain, they lose. But I played that card in the last one, and it never came up, was barely castable when it did, and I decided to build this way for this league, which might be wrong. Willing to acknowledge the possibility that maybe you do need a 5th copy of this card. Maybe you need to lean harder into mill strategies or mill synergies and find it faster. Like, it's definitely noticeable that you have all your shit on board and can't actually close. And that is a problem I would like to solve. I'm just going to get 2 black lands here. I have the Night's Whisper. I have the Dark Heart. Got ways to gain life. Not worried about that right now. The cabins are in there when I find them. Opponent missed their 3rd land drop, but cast Overgrown Battlement. Yeah, okay. We might be dead next turn. Okay, I would like to find a removal spell for this Axebane Guardian or whatever the payoff is. Night's Whisper. Another cabin. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cabin. Trigger. I'm gonna elemental up a Night's Whisper. Hope I'm not dead. If you're into the walls combo that my opponent is playing right now, I released a video with this deck. Just search it in my Pauper playlist. It's there. My list did not have Muldrifter in it though, so they're doing something a little different. Oh, are you a Flicker version? Oh, that's cool. You can tap the Muldrifter to Caretaker on the way through. Sweet. Another Axebane Guardian. This is a deck that uses cards that care about how many walls you have to get shitloads of mana, and then untap effects to make turn shitloads of mana into infinite mana, and then they win somehow. Just when you have infinite mana, it barely matters. Speaking of having infinite mana, geez. I've seen 18 cards this game. I feel like we're on the backside of variance on this one. I can play a Dark Heart, though. I got the other one here. Behold the Multiverse out of Foretell in the end step. Bottom both the cards. They need an enabler to get infinite mana and then a way to win once they have it. Okay, they're starting to use their lands to scry aggressively in the upkeep. That means they don't have it yet. They have so much mana that as soon as they find it, it's go time. Okay, they have infinite mana now. That's all it takes. Just come on, cast down, or ha, had it. Always had it. I gotta assume they have a counterspell or something over there. And, I mean, it's not getting better. I have to cast this thing down right now, or it's never happening. Because on their turn, they can make infinite mana in response to the removal spell. So let's just do my best here. Oh, do they have Death Denied? That doesn't matter. Freed from the Real matters, not the creature. Prohibit. Bummer. Okay. Yeah, they're a much more interactive version of this deck than I played. Scrying in their upkeep again. Keep sending them to the bottom. Uh-oh, they kept a card on top. They Pulse of Marasa and Muldrifter. They're going to cast Muldrifter now. That's not GG yet. It is very good. The game is not over. So they evoke the Muldrifter. Interesting. They had infinite mana to cast it, and they chose to evoke it. So that means it is worth something in their graveyard. That's the only thing that makes sense there. Oh, there's Valakut Invoker. All right. That is the win with infinite mana. As tempting as it is to sit here and use the clock to try to mitigate my 0-5 potential here, I am going to concede. They have the win on board. You got me. I could waste so much time here. Like, every land in play is another 8 mana they have to make with Valakut Invoker, and I'm just not going to do that. I would if this was a Pauper challenge, though. You better fucking believe it. Okay, Chainer's Edict I like. Pyroblast I like. If they're a counterspell and Muldrifter type version of this, plus Freed from the Real is a blue spell, maybe I don't want all three. Chainer's Edict is nice because it just softens up what they're doing. Jotty Offshoot, basically unplayable here. Suffocating Fumes, no good. And the one Sky Shroud claim tax of always board that out just happened. I don't think I want to bring in Fangren Marauder as just a 5/5 body. Just 6 mana 5/5 just to start attacking with isn't embarrassing in this matchup. But I'm not going to do it. Well, that's an O-lander. Ship it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to keep this one. This might be the best hand we've seen in the whole league so far. My opponent doesn't really play removal, but they do play counter spells. I could get rid of Sky Shroud Claim, or I could get rid of Death Denied. I think those are the two reasonable choices. Could get rid of Gingerbread Cabin and just hope that my deck produces a land. Actually, yeah, I'm in for that. Let's go. I got 2 draw steps before I miss a land drop. Deck's got a lot of lands in it. I'll keep the spells. Ooh, okay. That's a good one. Cycling Ash Barrens in my end step. Battlements in play now. Oh god, the punish is here. I think I'd rather Whisper than Visit. Shit, punished. God damn it. This deck has so many fucking lands in it. And here we are, just missing them. And I could have visited, I could have kept the land, like, there are choices I could have made, but I think that the decisions I made were sound. They are just getting punished. 11 cards into my deck. Seen 2 lands out of 23. Yeah, that's reasonable. I still think Night's Whisper is better than 3 visits. Maybe not. All right. Fine, I give up. I'll 3 visits, another black source into play, and pass the turn. Just gotta hope their hand is bad, I guess, because I've missed the window to constrain their mana, and I've missed the window to combo out over the top of them. They could just win the game right now. Okay, found a land. I can do what now? Sky Shroud Claim into 2 more dual lands and try to do stuff next turn. I think that's where I gotta be. Get a black and a red. Okay. I'm trying here. Behold the Multiverse. We bottomed both of those cards. The Caretaker, which is free because you get the Guy's Cradle effect off of the other thing. Freed from the Real. Alright, do you have a win con? Behold the Multiverse. Kept a card on top. That must mean the game is over. They pulsed back a Muldrifter, so that's 2 more cards, but still not an infinite combo. Reaping the Graves gets back Muldrifter this many times, 10 times. Okay. Okay, they just transmuted Drift of Phantasms for Valakut Invoker. Alright. I will be the good guy and concede the game. I got better things to do than waste everyone's time letting them click through that. Yeah, I made some play to win decisions. Like, I could have bottomed one of my actual spells on the mulligan, had 3 lands guaranteed, get my mana all set up, but I've spent a lot of games this league just sitting there with a handful of lands and 10 plus mana in play with nothing to do with it. Just missing on draw step, Night's Whisper for the 3rd land was pretty brutal. I don't think I would play that game differently given another chance. It was just the lands were not there where we needed them to be this time. On to the final round. We have an 0-5 to defend. It's the final round. I'm on the draw, and there's a lot at stake here. I have been fending off a lot of 0-5s lately. There's been a number of 1-4s on the channel, but I haven't 0-5'd in a long time, and that record is on the line right now. Scary stuff. I'm going to keep this hand with 2 lands and some ramp in it. I basically have to hope for like some sort of linear nonsense out of my opponent, because I don't think I can actually beat the decks that have engines in them. Like, that mono red Bushwhacker deck was our chance to win a match in this league, and I failed by not having black mana when I needed it. Any of the decks that are like ephemerating Muldrifters or ninjaing counterspells around are just not going to be particularly beatable. All right, we got a Orzhov Land Blood Fountain deck. This looks like it's got to be some sort of, yep, Glint Hawk pile. Okay. Already worried. My land comes into play tapped. I knew that was going to happen. Well, I didn't know that was going to happen. I had 2 draw steps to find an untapped land, but missed on them. I would really like to draw a land this time. Blood Fountain's back again. And Chromatic Star, okay. Fangren Marauder will be good in this matchup at least. Come on, land. Fuck. Okay. Get the black source with 3 visits. We can still do this thing if I rip a land next turn and jam Skyshroud Claim. Then that is a lot of resources ahead of this opponent who hasn't actually done much. They've produced a lot of permanents, but aren't exactly breaking the game right now. Synthesizer may change things, revealing another Synthesizer. They don't currently have black mana to deploy that one. Did I say black? I meant red. Did I say red? I meant red. They can't cast this card is what I'm saying. They can pick up and replay Blood Fountain. Or they could pick up and replay... Well, they get another look. Deadly Dispute. I would love if they just passed the turn without casting either of these cards. There's no land, ship it. No land, ship it. Yes! Wow, those 2 cards hitting the exile zone was like a 12 for 0. Okay. Gingerbread Cabin's in play. We're doing the thing. Skyshroud Claim. I'm going to get black and red. I'm investing in my future. I'm a Blight Priest away from comboing. I have the Skola, I have the Dark Heart. I got a bunch of forests. I found a red source. Disappointing. Synthesizer, found Galv Blast that they can't currently send. Like they're starting to Blood Token, discarding Blood Fountain. Okay, here come the Hawks. They're looting another Blood Token away. And looting the last Blood Token away. The selection is paying out here. 1 card in their hand. Jotty. Okay. I can offshoot Skyshroud Claim, get a cabin and another black, and another black. I gain 2 life immediately, and I'm representing food. I'm also representing Cast Down. Also play Dark Heart to make sure I never lose. I still have to figure out how to win, but I wouldn't lose that way. But I think casting down one of these Hawks is good. Though if I cast down, then Blood Fountain can pick it back up, and then the Hawk can pick up the Synthesizer, and I might be enabling an engine. Take this 4, and I'll end step cast down if I'm going to cast down. Or I could grapple, depending on what sort of pressure they put up here. All right, they're making a Samurai Wellspring that they can't currently cast. Okay. Am I supposed to grapple here? My choices are eat food, which I don't think I'm going to do, cast down, take some pressure off. But next turn they can Blood Fountain, the Hawk backed. Is that even good? All right, I'm going to protect my life total and cast down. Grapple is the play that gets me 3 cards closer to a Blight Priest. 3 visits. Okay. I'm going to cast 3 visits. Get the last cabin. Some extra life here. And then I'm going to Scola. And then I'm going to grapple. I hit 2 forests. One of them in my hand, I gain 2 life. No sign yet of Blight Priest. And I'm going to hold up Suffocating Fumes. I can cycle it, which is probably where I'm going to go with it. Didn't offer the trade with Samurai. There's a Wellspring. That's a good one. Another Wellspring. Going to cycle Suffocating Fumes. Come on, Blight Priest. Oh, Elementalist. Is that one good? It hits grapple. Dark Heart. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Elementalist. Hit grapple. Grapple immediately. Just hit Forest. Life is Pain. I'll jam my Dark Heart. Let them know that they're never winning. Or I'm never losing. We'll see if they can figure out how to win. My life total is currently 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times 4, 44, 54. Oh, and I can eat a food. I have 57 life right now, if I want it. Makeshift Munitions. All right, that's a good one. Disappointingly powerful here. Just draw a bunch of cards off the Wellsprings and can control my creatures. You're going after Elementalist. That's fine. Drew another Mirror Enforcer. All right, things are sliding away quickly. I'm going to eat a food this turn. Just start to insulate. Going after my Grove Dancer. Brutal. Okay, that hurt. And grapple. Okay. I'll take that. Come on, Blight Priest. Found Ardent Elementalist was already there. I'll take that. And then I can Elementalist another grapple. Or, yeah, actually, that's really good. Elementalist, get grapple. I think grapple is better than Night's Whisper here, because I'm looking for a specific thing and this sees more. Scola and more lands. I'm going to get the Scola. And I don't think I'm going to play it. Am I going to play it? Yeah, I guess I am. If I have to sack lands to stay alive this turn, I might as well get an extra life off it. Just for the record, I'm 34 cards into my deck without seeing my 4 of Blight Priest. Alright, they synthesized into a Mirror Enforcer. They're munitioning my Elementalist. Okay. Drew Wellspring, the perfect thing to go with there. Munitions. 4, 8, 12, 14, 15, 16 coming in. Oh, one of these has Summoning Sickness. Okay. I'm going to block the Samurai. They can pick off the Jotty if they want. 4, 8, 9, 10. I can go to 4. Yeah, that's fine. I can gain zillions at instant speed. Blight Priest, let's go! Oh my god! Okay, Sky Shroud Claim. There are not very many cards left in my deck. This is the entire contents of my deck right now. These 20 or so cards, and all 4 Blight Priests among them. Alright, Chasm and Highland Forest get in. Gain this extra life. I really needed some action there while I still had Scola. Glint Hawk. This rebuy is Wellspring, probably? Or Blood Fountain? Wellspring, yep. Makes sense. Here comes all these creatures again. Gonna block the Samurai. Then before damage, eat some food. Eat some food. I'm currently taking 14, so I gotta eat some more lands. I'm at 16. Puts me to 2. They can ping me for 2. I think I'm gonna chill at 2. Mirror Retriever. Didn't even know that card was printed at common, but there it is. Okay, Blight Priest. You have one more chance here. Do I want to activate Scola? I'm going to do it. I'm gonna mill a Blight Priest, just wait. I milled a land. I'm a genius. Blight Priest! Backup Skola. Well, my life total continues to climb. Though I'm running out of lands with which to combo when it's time to do that. Here comes all these creatures again. I'll block the one I can block. And 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So Dark Heart, eat a forest. I gained 5 from that. Every forest being worth 5 life is nice. Eat another forest. Gotta eat one more. You go to 18 here. I'm taking 16. With my floating mana, I'll activate a Skola. Milled a Blight Priest. That's okay, because that makes Death Denied a live draw. But it did finally reveal what I'm doing to my opponent. Okay. 40 cards into the deck, we just saw our first Blight Priest. And it's not where I wanted it to be. Karate Clan Shaman's pretty strong. Each creature without flying. Yep. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, deck. Blight Priest. Blight Priest? Night's Whisper, you fucker. Alright. I have the ability to gain life, so I will use it. And Night's Whisper. Blight Priest. Oh, we're there. Can I get a win-win? Please, please, please. Don't shaman me in response. Oh my god. Did we do it? This is gonna get weird. Alright, I'll sacrifice the gingerbread cabin. I have no idea how any of this is gonna work, for the record. I'm just gonna start chucking my lands around, because that's all I can do. They can Karate Clan Shaman, but if they do it enough times, they'll lose all their Mirror Enforcers, which not sure if that matters to them. Alright, I'm just sacking lands with reckless abandon here. They're shamaning in response again. God, this shaman sucks so hard. They've activated it twice, and I still get all this life. Alright, float black, float red. Eat another one. Or they've activated shaman 3 times. The next activation kills all their Mirror Enforcers. Alright, so the Enforcers are all going to die here. So is the Samurai. I'll let 1 damage pop here. I'm still going to gain all this life, and I can cast Night's Whisper with it. I'm going to stop. Oh, the Shaman kills itself after the first activation. I should have done this differently. Damn it. Yeah, I should have just let the first one resolve, or at least make them commit to 2. Alright, how far can I take this? I guess now that the Shaman's out of play, I can rip. If I just have no lands left at all, what does that game plan look like? If I just make like red here, or red-black here, sack the 2 lands, cast Night's Whisper. How does that game look? Probably bad? Okay, I think I'm done sacrificing things. Yeah, I should have just let the first one resolve. I forgot that Shaman kills itself. That was pretty bad. Okay. I'm gaining tons of life. All of their non-flying creatures are dead. This was weird, and I'm pretty sure I could have played it better. Okay, I am at 35. I'll Night's Whisper. And play this tapped forest and pass. Alright, maybe I can deck them. There is another Blight Priest, or like, there's 3 more Blight Priests in my deck. Death Denied's still in my deck, though I did just sack 3 of my 4 black sources. Is that true? Yep. Alright. I could have planned all of this so much better. But if they don't realize what's going on, then they might... Like, I'm 8 cards deeper in my deck than they are right now, but if they just go nuts, shredding with Deadly Disputes and Experimental Synths, then maybe I can trick them into decking themselves. Right, they're down to 19 cards in their deck. Shaman's back. Death Denied. Oh, Cruel Justice. Yep. I had the thought originally of stopping with my 4 dual lands still in play, and that would have actually been great, but instead, we're here. Okay, Synth gets them to 17 cards in their deck. Chromatic Star, if they use it, is another one down. Cast down pretty hot. I'm gonna cast down the Hawk. Didn't even fling it at me. Value. Oh, that's a big one. And they're not popping their Synth. They realize how far ahead they are. That was my only chance for them to play bad. Okay, they are popping the Synth. And I think they're going to be able to figure out how to deal the last lethal damage to me here. If I do 0-5 this league, I probably deserve it after that Krark Clan Shaman turn. There were probably like 12 different ways I could have played that better than I did. Oh yeah. Life points, baby. 13 cards in their deck to 11 in mine. Block Krark Clan Shaman. And I'll gain 4 life on the way out. I'll make it more than 4. This is my best chance to do anything here. And Skola's not actually dying here, just making a block. Sack Chromatic Star. 12 cards into their deck. I'm not actually winning the game with 26 life, so I'm going to leave my lands in play. Another one. Yeah, this Death Denied would have been fire if I used my lands correctly. I'm going to make a big show on the way out. Just make sure that I win this game with 0 permanents other than Dark Heart of the Wood. I am in the Dark Heart. My heart is full of darkness. I am 2 minutes ahead on my clock, and you better believe I will use every resource available to me to dodge the 0-5. I was not willing to do it in round 3 or 4, but I will definitely do it in round 5. Everything's on the line now. Okay, so we went 40 cards into the deck before we saw Blight Priest on a board where we were stable until the turn where they found their stupid Goblin Idiot. Fiery Cannonade is good. Suffocating Fumes is bad. Fangren Marauder is great. Ancient Grudge. If Ancient Grudge isn't good here, then it shouldn't even be in the deck, so it's time. Ancient Grudge. Suffocating Fumes is bad. Oh god, there's so many cards that I want here. Oh, Ancient Grudge kills Mirror Enforcer, which is an upgrade to Cast Down. Alright, yeah, I'm fine with that situation. Skola is relevant. 1 claim can get shaved for sure. I like Jotty Offshoot a lot. Their creatures have flying or are 4/4s though. Yeah, maybe the Jotties just have to accept their role in life. Alright, sorry guys. Nile Spellbomb, they do have Blood Fountains. Chainer's Edict, they are a creature deck, but alright. I'm going to try to ramp into Fangren Marauder. That's my plan to actually win the game. A 1-lander, gotta ship this. This one looks really good. I'll keep it. And I'm going to send the backup Marauder. With a 6-drop in my hand, I'm not going to mess around trying to search out, or trying to count on my deck to produce lands, which it has failed me before. I can sequence this 3 visits, so the cabin comes into play untapped. That's pretty great. This land is indestructible. This land is not. Makeshift Munitions. Okay. Let's see what I draw here. I might want to wait on this 3 visits just to make sure my Ancient Grudge connects. Oh, fuck yeah. Now I get to do... I don't get to do both, but at least I do get to keep my Gingerbread Cabin active for the future. Just trying to cut their legs out from under them here. Bajuka Bug. Fuck me. Moral victory. I'm gonna target your undestructible land rather than get exiled. Hell yeah. That'll show you. Wouldn't that have been funny if they had flung it at me with Makeshift Munitions? They didn't fall for it, though. Well played. Ooh, Glinthawk has to pick up the tap land just to exist. That's rough. I don't feel bad for you, but that's rough. Gingerbread Cabin, trigger, and I'm going to 3 visits for another black source. By the way, when you sacrifice a food, it's an artifact for the Fangren Marauder. Just saying. All right, in for 2. Didn't have the Blood Fountain. Oh yeah. Let's get to work. Rawr, 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 rawr. Welcome back to Pauper Fangren Marauder. This thing was a staple for a long time, and now it's basically not even a thing. They have neither red mana nor Metalcraft right now. Oh no! You had Chainer's Edict in your deck? Alright. Yeah, the control half of their deck with the Bajuka Bog and the Chainer's Edict. Good stuff. Okay, I am not going to Ardent Elementalist because it will die to my own Fiery Cannonade. And then I can pick up Cannonade with Ardent Elementalist. if I feel like I need that. I'm going to take this too. In case they play any more creatures second main, I want to make sure I get them. 2 damage is worth doing that to me. Oh yeah, freebie. Patience is rewarded. They can fling both these at me for 2 damage. Not interested though. Revisits. I'm going to get another red. And then I can Ardent Elementalist. Pick up the Fiery Cannonade. Okay. I am not feeling good about the state of this game. I'm not going to lie. I was really in on that Fangren Marauder, which did not do it what it needed to. Chainer's Edict, too good. Deadly Dispute now. This is where we get buried. I need to string together a couple Night's Whispers. Or find a Death Denied. That works too. Okay, they deployed Frogmite into the Cannonade that they know about. Alright. Played 2 creatures into the Cannonade that they already knew about. Interesting. Ooh. Priest mode. I can attack, see what they want to do on the block. I could also not attack. Alright, I'm going to attack. I think it's going to be dead anyway. I got 2 damage in there for freezies. If I Cannonade now, then they can't throw the things at me. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Gonna have to be. I think I gotta hold back this Blight Priest, though, until I have Dark Heart, and I'm ready to just go off. Hope they don't have discard spells. Mirror Enforcer, yep. Cannonade couldn't kill that anyway. I'm on deck. Alright, let's go. Whisper. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna play Blight Priest. That way next turn I can play Fangren Marauder and eat a food immediately. Alright, dealing 1 damage to that by sacking a land. That's a deal. I'll eat a food now, at least add my life total and take 1 point off of them on the way through. They spent 2 lands on that, which takes them farther away from the Edict, which is what I was worried about, taking out my Marauder. Shaman, if they use Shaman to kill Marauder, I'm going to gain like 25 life. Alright, Marauder, let's do it. I can Night's Whisper next turn. I'm marauding now. I can gain 8 at instant speed. And because they sacked those 2 Vault of Whispers last turn, Night. Be careful not to get burned out. Alright, Dark Heart. Dark Heart. Blight Priest. This looks good, team. I'm gonna sack the food, gain 5, and gain another 3. And if they start sacking artifacts to pick off the Blight Priest, that triggers the Marauder, which triggers everything. Oh, fuck yeah. We're having a good time now. Oh my god. How many of those you want to go in? Oh, we're going another one. Okay. I can eat some of these forests right now while I have Blight Priest. And I'm at 30 with a 5/5 in play. They're about to lose 2 more life. Okay. They can have this guy now. He did pretty well. It baited an exchange that gained me an extra 10 life, basically. I'm not going to offer the trade of Marauder for Enforcer. Card is just too good. Revoke Existence. Do I want 3 extra life? No, I'd rather have my mana at this point. I got some big X spells still in the deck. Marauder, covering ground. We're about to get 2 more foods, which are each 8 more life. I've slid back by a minute on my clock. I'm only a minute ahead. I was 2 a little while ago. Or at the start of the game, I was 2. They have 5 mana. There is a Chainer's Edict, 5, 6 mana. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm actually in trouble to the Edict next turn. Alright, come on, creature from my deck. Almost any creature will do. Shit, that's bad. Well, I'm losing this thing to Edict next turn anyway, so I'm going to start attacking. Double block. Okay. I'll gain a bunch of life on the way through here. Okay. I'm at 54. I'm just going to F6 for a little while. Yeah, they had the 7 mana to Edict me on the following turn. They probably should have just taken 5 there, but maybe they didn't see it. And go. And the great thing about having nothing going on except a high life total is I get to F6 the shit out of this game. They actually have to take game actions to win. I can just wait. They popped their synth, found a Glint Hawk. They picked up Chromatic Star. At least that's not real value. They didn't get an actual card off Glint Hawk. Thunder. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, they are not quite dead. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, I'll kill all their creatures and deal... Wait. Okay, yeah, X equals 10. Yeah, okay. To spread over all of them, but X does equal 10. That was not quite lethal. I would rather waste time than deal extra damage to them right now. That is the unfortunate reality of what's going on. This Ancient Grudge will be good eventually. Flame, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will keep playing the game. I'm not just going to like F6 until the round runs out. But I do get a lot of F6 value here. How about Fangren Marauder, though? That card is nice. It's 53 life over here. I would not be surprised if we see a tactical concession from my opponent. Like if they want to restart when I don't have 53 life, try to win game 3. That's what I would be thinking about in this position if I were them. I mean, their deck can definitely do 53 damage. It's just, is the juice worth the squeeze here? Like, there's 2 decisions for them to make. It's either take my time, make sure I win this one and we don't go to game 3, or scoop now and try to win game 3. But the entire time I was narrating their decisions, they were just letting the clock run. Like 40 seconds have already run off their clock this turn. I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe they're just salt roping me. Whatever. Either way, I'll dodge the 1-5. Or 0-5. And they just actually disconnected from the game after sitting still for 2.5 of their remaining 5 minutes. Yeah, I think we're getting salt roped. Which is a weird position to take when you had a game 3 that you could definitely win. But, alright. We'll let this clock run out and then debrief about our down to the wire, dodged the 0-5 performance. The final 14 seconds are on the clock here, and I was half memeing, half totally serious about playing to the clock. A deck that gains this much life in the Pauper format is a serious obstacle for certain decks. Some decks just can't beat 60 or 70 life. We're not playing against one of them, but they couldn't do it in 5 minutes, and that's a real strategy here. And once again, fade the clutches of the 0-5 League. What do we say to the god of 0-5s? Not today. The deck, let's revisit it. This needs more payoffs. I think that shaving down the ramp package made plenty of sense. I think that we do want 1 Epicure of Blood. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Just same text of Marauding Blight Priest, just a bigger version. I liked the Night's Whispers when we could find them. Oh god, I hate to say it, but is this a Deadly Dispute deck? You have artifacts laying around off Gingerbread Cavern. I always say Cavern. Gingerbread Cabin. You don't mind cashing in a Jotty offshoot. Oh no. Is that where this is going? I hate that, but it's probably true. I feel like choosing a path on Death Denied versus Rolling Thunder is probably a place to be. Like, if I just add a second Death Denied, cut the Rolling Thunder, now I am more incentivized to just go for it, aggro milling with Skola, just elbow tapping my mana every turn. And then between Ardent Elementalist, Death Denied, and Grapple, we're just like a very real graveyard deck at that point. Still need to cut a card for this Epicure I just added. The cast downs were kind of low impact. The main deck fumes. Being able to cycle that is really good though, and in the matchups you want that, you really want it. Oh no, Inspiration just hit in a way that I'm really unimpressed by. Hold on, let's open a new copy of this deck. Hold on to your butts, here it comes. Here it is. The most boring but probably powerful rebuild off the top of my head. Deadly Dispute, Pauper's go-to draw engine. Add Chromatic Star, which can help with the color fixing problems that the deck has. Like we frequently, like many times, we're just like, I need 2 black and my only black source ETB's tapped. So even if I draw the black source, I can't cast my spell. Chromatic Star fixes that while shredding through the deck, while enabling Deadly Dispute. Blood Fountain helps when you're mana flooded. It also replaces Death Denied in rebuying your creatures if you mill yourself into them. We can move Fangren Marauder into the main deck because now we have all these artifacts of our own that we're shredding through, plus it has the crazy affinity overlap, and it's just a giant life gain spell on its own. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. The deck needs something. It needs both color fixing and a better draw engine, and this does provide both. Max Dortion on Twitter, legacy content creator Max Dortion, has a tweet that is basically evergreen, where it is legacy players say, I brew a deck, and it's Delver. Well, Pauper player says, I brewed a deck, and it's Affinity. Here we are. I don't know what this says about the format at large, the fact that I just want to jam Deadly Dispute and Blood Fountain into my life gain forest deck, but it says something, and I genuinely think that this is probably the best build of the deck that we've seen so far. You just gotta step out of the comfort zone and into the this engine is busted and I should probably be playing it zone. I'm gonna leave it here for now. This was Johnny's Dark Heart combo that ended up just being another Affinity deck. We're still doing the thing, we still have the combo kill, but leaned harder into life gain, doubled up on Night's Whispers, not goofing around with anything other than raw power at this point. Removal spells are out of the deck. The X spells, the looping, all that's out of the deck. We're just on raw power here. And this deck is probably a lot better than the one I just played. I'll post both this list and the cleaned up non-affinity version in the video description if you want to poke around with either one of those. This is where I'm leaving it today. Johnny, thank you for asking me to play the deck. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time around.